All right. Now, what does that look like on the field? I'll talk through very quickly. If you're looking at like this is us against an open slot, right? How we might align. So let's talk to force defenders first, right? If we're playing fast and action comes this way to the strong side, our strong safety becomes the force. So his job is to get to this point and make sure we turn it back in. We drill. So even if you lined up inside or whether he's head up, depending on our coverages, where they are in the field, whether on the hash, middle of the field, we teach our guys to be able to get to the force position. That would make the Sam in that position the attack defender. The Mike would then have the cutback. So he'd be the slam defender, slamming the back door. The nickel at that point now, our nickel becomes counter, RPO, boot, reverse, right? If there's an RPO, if there's a counter, if there's a boot, if there's a reverse, this guy should be on the back side of the formation to be able to make a play. Now, if run action goes toward the nickel, he becomes the force defender. The Mike becomes the attack defender. The Sam is now slamming the back door, and our strong safety becomes the RPO counter boot reverse player. We talk about the free safety when we're in one high as air support. So if there's action going toward this way, this guy becomes air support to make sure like a fullback doesn't slide out, a backside crosser. He is air support until the ball crosses the line of scrimmage, and then he can go up and join the action in the alley. So that's how we defend both like run action, but RPOs as well. Because you're going to get people who will, they'll put themselves in the gun, run action this way, and throw to the backside. So now we're here, and we've got a guy on the backside with the RPO. We've got a guy on the front side. If this guy tries to like glance route, so if we're running power to this side and they try to glance the receiver off, we've got a guy on the front side to take that away. And that's his job. Now, that changes a little bit when you get into too high situations. So you've got to just change the action a little bit. So if we're in a too high situation, and let's say action goes toward this nickel here, the nickel is now in the force. The Mike is the attack. The Sam now slams the back door. The strong safety's got RPO counter boot reverse, and the free safety is your air support to the front side. If we flip that to the other side, our Sam becomes the force, the Mike becomes the attack. Then now, our nickel is slamming the back door. Our strong safety here is air support to the front side, and the free safety to the back side there is RPO counter boot reverse away. So we allow ourselves in that point to really play on a string as a defense. I think when we do that, we put ourselves in position to be successful. Again, if one of these guys has to take on a lead blocker, we use the blast technique, right? Be in a good base, land long or land first, be in a position where you can ascend, see what you hit, whether it's taking on a lead blocker or taking on the ball carrier, and then triangulate. If you can take on a third of a man, you have the opportunity to win in that situation. So this is a first down situation where we know that they're heavy run. So we actually walk a backer down and slide the front. So these are our 4 defensive linemen. This is a backer walking down, and then we've got the nickel and strong safety guys are in the box. They were a really heavy run team. So like we're in a position, particularly on first down. And again, that's where you do your homework. We'll dare them to throw the ball in these situations. So we're in base, but we go to our bare front, right? We're in our base personnel, but we go to our bare front. So that's a first down situation. Give me a second. Let me go back. Let me make sure. I'm going to share again. I want to optimize. I just want to make sure I want to make sure I was optimizing the film there.
For sure.
So now we'll look at the back end. And I'll pause it once we get there. So now you'll see on the back end, we're in a 0 and 2 3s, right? So all of a sudden, like you've been here for this 4-2-5, and like here it is. This guy starts the first play, they're in bear, right? And one of the things I wanted to do with this is show that it can be flexible. It can be a lot of different things. And again, you see DBs, right up there around the line of scrimmage. These guys are playing sort of in linebacker type positions because that's what we have. Those are the types of players. We got a ton of players like that. You see our guys are gap sound. Our linebackers do a great job of filling. And we win at the line of scrimmage because we forced a bunch of one-on-one blocks. And that was one of the things we wanted to do, was force one-on-one blocks against that team in those situations. Now they come out, they run fake jet sweep with a give to the back under. And we do a good job of filling, and then our guy off of the backside wins. So if you watch the back end of that, again, now we're in base. Our defensive end does a great job of making sure there's empty hands on the jet sweep. So we go empty hands. He's square. Once that ball is under, he can come under and make a play. And again, sorry for the shoddy end zone camera work. We're all hiring kids in a lot of these positions. Here's a position where we're in man coverage here. So we send a one-man pressure. Our guys do a great job. That front side pressure forces the quarterback, sort of speeds up his clock a little bit because he sees that guy in his face. We're plastered in man. We do a great job there. And again, you can see the front. So you see what happens. We force a one-on-one with the back, which is ideal for us, right? We want to force that running back into a one-on-one. That guy does a great job of picking up the blitz. That's okay. We still got the ball, made them force the ball out quick, and he didn't have a ton of time back there. So just that one-man pressure allowed us to speed the quarterback's clock up. And this is a great pass rush off of the edge. We send a one-man pressure. So now what happens is we've got a great pass rusher here, right? He's a tremendous, tremendous player. We send a one-man pressure. It forces the back into pass protection, and it forces their weakest tackle onto our best pass rusher. So now their weakest tackle was their right guy on our best pass rusher, which is excellent, right? That's the type of matchup. And that's what I mean. Sometimes if you need to flip guys to create matchups, you can do that. So you'll see it from this end. Our guy goes speed to power, right? He gets up the field, and then you saw that contact. And this is exactly what we talked about. So when I talk about making contact, if you watch number 11 here, he goes speed to power. So he's up the field, and then bang, right? Makes contact. He lands long. He lands first. And now he's got that offensive lineman on skates. That guy's down. We make a great play. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about, landing long, landing first, speed to power. Again, I know, one of the gentlemen asked about double tight. This isn't exactly a double tight, but it's a wildcat formation. So we're putting guys on the line of scrimmage here. They try to block away, and our guy splits a double team. So I want to show it from the back end. The kid who makes the play actually splits a double. And again, we talk about getting our hands on when we're talking contact. We go land long, right? Boom, right? He does a great job. If you watch 72, he does a great job of getting hands on, right? Gets skinny, splits the double team, and then gets into the backfield, does a great job there. That's a really job by him. Not the best double team in the world by them, but fundamentally he does a great job of splitting the double team. Hands on first, splits the double.